What's been going on? I haven't really been involved in boxing for the last several years, you know. Just life gets in the way, you know, job, school, so I stepped away. But some stuff was on my mind. I wanted to talk to y'all about a couple of things. Y'all might know me from that little 10 or 11 minute rant that I did before made back on the boxing channel before Floyd fought Shane Mosley. Alright. You know, to my surprise, a lot of y'all propped me up on what I was talking about. A lot of y'all showed a lot of, you know, rational logic and common sense to the shit that I was saying. A lot of people make assumptions when you talk to them about boxing, man. They always, one of the first things they used to do is claim that you hating somebody and all that. You know, only usually the old schoolers and old timers would know or understand what I was saying when I was speaking on that issue about Floyd fighting Shane and Pacquiao and the drug test and all that shit. Everybody, most of those cats from the old school, they knew what I was saying. Basically, I'm saying I want to see the best fights. I don't need no excuses. I want to see real fucking fights. The fights that I came up on is the stuff that I'm used to. You know, again, I'm gonna reiterate that. You know, Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, Duran, and Aaron Pryor. You know, those are the cats I came up on. And they fought, they threw combinations and they put people out. Alright? So it wasn't no damn hate. Just the very small percentage of responses I got from like maybe 2 or 3 people after I did that. I'm still kind of shocked that a lot of people were receptive to what I was saying and didn't take it personal. You know, a lot of the Floyd fans didn't take it as personal enough. You know, catching up and just watching highlights. I saw Floyd, saw a highlight here and there when he fought Ortiz, this last cat. Ortiz is very strong. I guess he's 140 or 147 now. Like I said, I haven't been keeping up. I saw highlights where Floyd was throwing combinations. And when I saw that, I was like, that's what I'm talking about. That's the shit I want to see. I want to see that shit, B. And I probably put the clip of the combinations he was throwing, but that's the type of shit I came up on. And that's what I want to see. If I think he's going to fight like that in every fight, I make sure I check into every fight. But the other shit he, you know, was known for, that pity pat shit, you know, I have no interest in it. So that's what I was saying. I have no interest in it. It doesn't faze me one way or the other to see it. It's boring to me. But when you start throwing combinations like you was throwing on Ortiz, when you start throwing combinations like that, same way you was shining on Gaddy, you know, when you start performing like that, that's what I want to see. I want to see techniques, skills. I want to see, you know, advancing up in 1-2 every fucking 30 seconds. I don't even sit for 36 minutes to watch some shit like that. But, you know, the highlights, you look good in the highlights. I didn't even see the whole fight. That's bullshit everybody was saying about Floyd with the sucker punch him and all that. That's bullshit. The ref said go. And too bad for fucking Ortiz. He should have put his fucking hands up, all that, you know, condolences and all that, trying to be apologetic for headbutting. You know, fuck that. The ref said go, and it's a go. And left hook was thrown in a straight right, and it landed, and his ass didn't get up. And I personally think, nigga, you could have got up, motherfucker. You just trying to get a DQ, disqualification, or whatever, so it can be a rematch. That's probably why that reporter asked you, why was you so happy at the post-fight conference? You know, maybe he thought you was happy because you was gonna get another $1 million or $2 million in a rematch, so that's why I asked that. But nah, you know, Floyd, he looked alright, man. Just from the highlights, like I said, I usually don't even comment on the fight until I see the whole entire fight, and I never take anybody's word for a fight. I watch the shit myself. This guy, Derek Chisora from the UK. I heard of David Hayes. David Hayes can fight. He got some skills. So, you know, I wanted to see what that was about. I flipped to YouTube and I saw like some press conference where David Hayes was calling out Derek Chisora. He comes down, steps in his face, and gets cracked with a straight right to the jaw, which I thought personally was fucking funny. You know, these motherfuckers, man. You know, that's one thing I used to hate about, you know, boxing was a lot of the fighters, man. They like to try to present this presence like they're really intimidating and you need to be scared of it. You know, when you crack a dude in the face, you know, all that intimidation, all that those theatrics usually go out the window when you punch a person in their face. So, you know, I'm kind of like, I'm laughing at the David Hayes shit. I'm like, yeah, you know, that's what the fuck they're getting. You know, walking up to him like he's gonna do something. Like Hayes doesn't have a right to speak his fucking mind and all that shit. But that was pretty funny. So, but concerning Pacquiao and Floyd, the fights that I seen, the last 3 fights I seen of Pacquiao, if Floyd is afraid or scared or worried or cautious for whatever reason, I really don't see why he would have any concern for Pacquiao. I know Pacquiao stretched hat into and all that, overhand right or whatever, overhand left. I know Pacquiao beat Margarito, but what a lot of people don't understand is when you're watching, you know, Pacquiao bang on one opponent, that opponent is not another person. So the way Margarito fights, coming straight forward, doesn't move, he doesn't utilize the ring. That's not how somebody like a boxer like a Floyd would fight. So you can't even, for people, when people say, yeah, you know, Pacquiao should fuck Floyd up, look what he did to Margarito. What you guys don't add into the equation is Floyd doesn't fight like that. He doesn't stand there and put his arms up and just let you hit on him. So once I saw that Margarito fight, I was like, I don't know what Floyd is, you know, if he's cautious, if he's scared, there's nothing to be afraid of. All you do is utilize, you know, the ring on him to keep him off balance. It was another fight, I can't even think, it was like, it was a brother of another fighter, Manuel something. The brother of Emmanuel fought Pacquiao, was an African dude. I saw that fight, and I was like, I just didn't understand what he could be so cautious about. I see an easy win for him. But here's what I'm going to state on the record about how a Pacquiao-Floyd fight's going to turn out. Bottom line is, Floyd will easily outbox him 12 rounds. And when it comes to a decision, it'll be a split decision victory for Pacquiao. Why? Because it causes a rematch. Rematch just means no money. That's what the business of boxing is about. When you have these very, very big fights. I just want y'all to remember that. I'm going on the record for that. Just look at some of the fights where guys were winning and they didn't get the decision. Felix Sturm and De La Hoya. De La Hoya knew damn well he lost the fight. They gave De La Hoya the fight because they wanted to see Vernon Hopkins and De La Hoya, which is a big fight. You see the pattern. A lot of people don't even remember Buster Douglas and Tyson. Y'all don't remember the judges had Tyson winning the fight. You guys gotta remember when you had these big fights, man, that stuff, those decisions are already they already determined unless one of them dudes get knocked out. So you guys gotta realize this boxing shit, man, you know, with these big fights, it's all politics, man. You know? So I just wanted to talk to y'all about that. I wanted to also give, I watched some interview where Vernon Hopkins was talking about MMA fighting, and you know, I think it was after the what's the guy, James Toney and Randy Couture fight. Somebody was talking to Vernon about, you know, what do you think about MMA and blah blah blah, and Vernon, you know, was straightforward, honest, and you know, give props to Vernon for that shit. Yeah, man, that's really about it. I don't think I got anything else to say. So this is Leonard Hearns, man. Yeah, Floyd's gonna fight Pacquiao, and Floyd's gonna fight Pacquiao, and then that's gonna get Floyd a decision and start the rematch, and that's gonna be that. So it's your boy Leonard Hearns, man. I'm out. I don't know. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. One more thing. Coming up in Maryland, there's only like 4 people, 3 to 4 people that truly had my back, and I want to give props to them on camera. Jim Finley, who ran Finley's Gym, Bernard Roach, Raymond Jackson, Henry Discombobulating Jones,
Leonard Langley, and
that's about it. Oh, and Victor Davis and Demetrius Davis. Those 6 people were the only people that actually looked out for me and gave a fuck about my skill. The rest of them people didn't give a fuck about me. You know, they didn't want to see me do shit. So I worked on my own and worked with people in the South. But I wanted to put that on record. Those people I just named, Henry Jones flew from DC to Nevada just to see me fight. So, you know, I won't ever forget those people who stood by me and actually supported me with true compassion and true humanity and looked out for their own. You know, and nobody else from Vernon gave a fuck about me. And that's what it is. You give me a fight. If that's how I was, if y'all had that general hate for me, then fuck it, man. That's what my attitude is in my first video. Fuck y'all niggas, man. I seen plenty of motherfuckers who was around Ray Leonard talking shit about him years later, decades later, talking shit about Ray Leonard. That nigga he fed them. Y'all niggas be hating like shit, man. Y'all niggas is some ungrateful motherfuckers. Those are the niggas I don't have nothing to say to none of y'all niggas, man. Fuck y'all niggas. I'm out. Peace. Little Hearns.
Oh, another thing I gotta say, you know, rest in peace to Vernon, Forrest, Arturo Gatti, and Alexis Arguello. The statements I made in that monologue I did for Boxing Voice about Vernon Forrest, you know, Mayweather ducking Vernon Forrest, you'll see these clips of the reason why, you know, Floyd didn't say one word about fighting a Vernon Forrest. And if you the best, you will go up against a serious threat. So that's what I was talking about. And then when you look at this 2002 clip of Vernon Forrest fighting Shane, in the second round you see what Vernon Forrest did to Shane. You know, that whole fight was one-sided. Then you want to see a clip. You look at the next clip. 8 years later, you see what Shane did to Floyd. So Shane's 8 years older, you know, and he's past his prime, and he did that to Floyd, who was 4 years his junior. 8 years after Vernon Forrest, you know, took Shane apart. So, you know, we can give Floyd the credit for beating Shane, but he beat an older Shane. He beat a 8 years older Shane Mosley. 8 years older from when he was in the ring with Vernon Forrest. So, you know, it's ways you can look at that to still make it look like Floyd really didn't do shit. So if I was a hater of Floyd, I could just say, dude, you fought Shane 8 years later after he was all worn and torn after the 2 losses to Vernon Forrest. You know what I'm saying? So it's always a way to look at it and spin the shit, man. But to be great, you gotta go up against the threats. In my eyes, in my own perception, you gotta go up against the threats, man. And just do what you gotta do and fight this dude Pacquiao, man. But I would suggest you try to knock him out, because I do not see you winning the decision, even though you might deserve a decision.
This is for my fam that's falling, my niggas that's falling, for those chose by the grim stalkers, and now shed the heavens, I'll see all them. When it's my time, sometimes I feel like I'm the
best fighters have always taken on all the challenges out there. Well, you like a Cotto or a Vernon Forrest or a Wiki, right? Whoever is out there so that you can do your thing.
This is for my fam that's falling, my niggas that's falling, for those chose by the grim stalkers, and now shed the heavens, I'll see all them. When it's my time, sometimes I feel like I'm the one calling, looking for the way to see my missed ones, thinking of the day when I'm gonna see that shit come, get away from bills and the income, get from the world back to it's one, the place that we all get our shit from.